Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Muhammad. I'm the CEO of Do for Self Community Development Corporation, a non-for-profit organization that is designed to do employment and training among our troubled young men. And I'm also the president of MDC Economic Development Corporation, a MBE, DBE, and Section 3 firm that do business with the Chicago Housing Authority, Chicago Public Schools, and Department of Housing. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Department of Housing for the initiatives that they have put out there and the efforts that they are making to bridge the economic gap between the small minorities and small other disadvantaged contractors versus those big major firms. Just to give you a brief history about myself before we share our views on how we see economic development among the small businesses in this city. I've been in business all my life, never had a job. I met my wife when I was 21, and I came to remodel her grandmother's basement apartment. We had married at 22. At 22 I got married, which was the following year. Been a long time, I'm 64 years old now. That year, I started doing business with the Chicago Housing Authority. My first contract was when I was 22 years old, and it was for $1,400. Because of the longevity, we have so much experience that we would like to share. We'd like to first send you to this video that would give you some idea of what we're talking about, and then we would like to continue from this point on. Thank you. We are a general contracting firm that specializes in public housing renovation. Basically what we're doing are renovating these units to make them where any working class, middle class family will want to reside here. Many of the guys that we have employed and trained are ex-offenders.
What we teach them here is not just for MDC. They can take these skills and live, to their own life and come up that way as well.
All they do is leave that same door available. They have no new door to go through. That's why I wanted to point to you that young guy was just trying to be in the streets, and we got him away from that. What saved him is the opportunity.
When Dennis came to us, his business was not bankable. However, behind the business, we had an individual who was very good at the work that he was doing, and so we knew that we needed to give him a second chance.
First Eagle Bank have put us in a position to grow our business into an 8-figure company within the next couple of years.
Our vision is to make difference in people's lives, our customers, our communities, and each other.
That relationship was put together by CHA with Mike Gagon.
CHA developed the Section 3 line of credit support program, whereby CHA provides credit guarantees for our Section 3 contractors.
We are one of the only banks now that are participating in that program.
This opportunity was mouth-to-mouth reputation, so we bankable again. Our credit scores are respectable, and we live through the worst of times.
I admire again the great passion that he has for the work that he's doing, what he's trying to accomplish in these communities that really need more people like Dennis. He is the individual that doesn't care so much about what he's earning at the end of the day, but what he's going to be able to give out to other members of the society.
I need to get big not to make money. I need to get big so that I can create opportunity and show guys another direction other than what the streets have for them. We need to put the spirit of do for self in our community. I'm hoping to build something that my son will carry on, that his children will carry on, and that it will become part of the American fabric like Coca-Cola and Sprite and everything else American. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was short and brief, but it was to the point. What we were trying to demonstrate in that video, the power of opportunity. And that's what is needed in this city, the opportunity to do for self, the opportunity for people to be able to realize the potential that they have within them. I would like to just speak from my 40-something years of experience in this industry. The only thing that I would say that I have mastered is messing up. So I have a master's degree in messing up, but I'm trying to prevent getting a PhD in it. So I want to share with you the things that I know from trial and error. You know, I was fortunate enough to have a relationship with Muhammad Ali. I was a protege of his. And in the early 90s, I discovered a law in the book called Section 3. And what this law was, it was an economic stimulus that had nothing to do with race or religion. It only dealt with economics. So if you was impoverished Hispanic or impoverished Caucasian or impoverished African American, that's what it dealt with, the economic status of the community. So what we did, we discovered this law. It'd been on the book. We didn't discover it, we revealed it. It'd been on the book since 1968, but it really never been utilized, and it haven't been utilized that much as of today. All federal dollars are obligated by law to set aside 10% of their monies to small initiatives that is designed to employ and train low-income people of the urban communities. So when we discovered that, there was a rule on the book called the alternative procurement process. And under the alternative procurement process, there's an article called CF 2496.3 that says that you can sole source up to $1 million to companies that's hiring 30% of low-income residents and residents of public housing. So we discovered that law, and we had a friendly administration, which was not the city of Chicago at that time. HUD took over the property, and a gentleman by the name of John Nelson and Ed Moses and Al Schuliner, who was the assistant secretary for HUD at that time, they were open-minded and open-minded to innovative ideals that will empower low-income people. So we present to them a program called ROC, Resident-Owned Companies, where we take you from unskilled to skill and then form you into small resident-owned companies where that you can get sole source opportunities. Let me just share this with the viewing audience, and I hope the people of power who make the decisions in this city will look at this. When people don't have anything to live for, then why do they care about life? They have nothing to live for. So when you create a window of opportunity where people are not given a handout, but given the opportunity to do for self, they shouldn't be denied. What we asked in this city and this administration to do is to look at all of the means necessary that they can do to impact low-income, small, resident-owned companies. There's many markets that we can look at. One of them is public housing that we're engaged in, and the other one is the Department of Housing. What we have done, we have took a non-for-profit do-for-self community development corporation, and I will please advise you to take a look at our website. It's not that much, but it will give you some idea of what we are attempting to do. The website is doforself.org. And if you're interested in talking to us, the number is 773-356-7661. And it would give you an idea of what our mission station is and what we've been doing in the community. But our mission is to take the gun out of their hand and replace it with a hammer. What we managed to do was to establish a relationship with the Carpenters Union. And the Carpenters Union have become a bridge for us to the Painters Union. And within those two unions, you can create a lot of opportunity, especially among the low-hanging fruit. So what we did is develop a training program that was licensed by the United States Department of Labor that is equivalent to that of the unions. As a matter of fact, it's the exact same training program that they have, apprenticeship program that they have, that will allow us to take our people from $27 an hour beginning pay to, at this stage, I think the carpenter's journeyman wage is $54 an hour. So what does this allow us to do? This allows us to take an unskilled man on a prevailing wage job and not be forced to pay him journeyman wages when he don't have the journeyman skills. And you can't do that unless you have two things. You're a union contractor that they have the ability to do that because they have the license, or you have received the license yourself by the Department of Labor, which we have done. Now, the Carpenters Union is our union as a job site agreement, and they was gracious enough to give us job site agreements because we shared with them that we don't get the opportunities to be able to carry those wages on all of our job sites. And we don't want to work for the big boys because they don't do nothing but shop you and break you. So they will force you to become people that sell your paper or to become brokers, because that's how the industry is established. If the mayor reviewed this, or the people who have something to do with the design of contracts, you really don't need any minority program. All you need is a business development program. A business development program would be based on category. If you're a $100,000 contractor, a $5 million contractor can't participate in that project. So if you make it mono to mono, then we don't have to worry about race or things of that nature. All we have to do is have opportunity made available to us where that we can accomplish those opportunities because it's within our capacity. I'm gonna close with this thought, and I hope that what I have shared with you, you see the benefit of creating opportunities. I would say this to those who are in good positions, that people that are in good position, that have money and homes and wealth and have a heaven state of life, I will share with you this, that if we don't work to make people hell into a heaven, you can count on people working to make our heaven into a hell, because everybody is created from the same God and have the same spirit and have the same aspirations. And when men and women aspirations are oppressed, it's worse than killing them. And if you want to reduce crime, open up the doors of opportunity and stop making everything political. Thank you. God bless. Hope that we get the opportunity to do this again.